Hello students, I hope all of you are well. In our past lectures, we discussed several points. I would like to little bit revise that points and then we will go ahead in our subject. Now, on your textbook page number 11, we were discussing second last lecture about factors that cause First World War. The main causes of First World War, that is Germany defeat France in Sedan War. Now why it is important? Because on the basis of all these our next topic is required to be discussed. So the beginning of the First World War done with the help of Germany had defeated France in Sedan War, and because of that France need to sign the Frankfurt Treaty, and France also give away two of its provinces, that is Lorraine and Alsace, to Germany. Now France feel little bit upset because France realized that it is called a humiliation. So Frankfurt Treaty itself was the cause of First World War. Now here Germany become powerful because France give away two provinces, and that's why Germany believe that now we can able to do anything. And German chief Kaiser was also believe in world leadership. Kaiser thinks so that I can able to rule on whole world. So with these all factors, the First World War start. Now students, we also discussed in last lecture about the First World War, that in the First World War 24 nations supported the allied nation and 4 nations support to Axis nation. Now Germany noteworthy victorious on Europe, and then Germany ruined the French army, then Germany attack on ships of allied nations. Now many soldiers die because of poisonic gas. Then under the overconfidence of win everything, Germany attack on American steamer Lusitania. Now with all these factors, allied nation become strong, and Germany surrender allied nation, and then the war end. Now students, our today's lecture is based on the effects of First World War. The first point is destruction of man and material. Now at the end of the war, approximately 6.5 crore people took part in the war, and at least 1 crore died, 2 crore were injured, and 70 lakh were rendered permanently handicapped. More number of people died because of starvation, hunger, and other forms of killing like epidemics, some disease, etc. that broke out after the war. The total war expenditure was quite high. The loss of war, property, wealth, everything, it was very high. So students, the first point is destruction of man and material. The second point, social change. During the war, since majority of the men of all the nations were on the war front, women's shoulder the responsibility of the family and occupation. See, all the men of every family of all the nations were on war front. War front means in the war. War front means in the war. So all the men of all the nation They were on the wall. So in every family, women shoulders responsibility kept, and women manage very heavy responsibility on their shoulders of managing the family and managing the occupation. So women go for two responsibility. They stepped out from their homes and successfully took over the responsibility of different professional field. Previously it was that women needs to work at home, but now they stepped out from their home. They joined the professions and they nicely manage different professional fields. The self-confidence of their being equivalent to men enhance. They realize that they are also not less, they are equivalent to men. Consequently, the demand for women to exercise their franchisee, their voting was raised. That they also get the chance to cast the vote. They also required to participate in voting process. They also will be the people who decide the leader. During the war, the production of things of basic necessity had reduced because majority money of a country used in terms of manufacturing the weapons. So the money spent for basic necessity, that is reduced. So problem that scarcity, shortage, unemployment, no job, starvation, hunger, strikes and lockouts, close down the factories, stop the work, etc., raise its head. So these are things, these problems are raising their head, they are increasing. People suffered a lot and children's confidence conditions was pathetic. Because for children there are so many laws. Okay, father die in the war, mother doing profession and in that profession earn less and then they have to survive with all these problems. So the children's condition was pathetic. So first point is destruction of man and material. Second point is social change. Now the third point we want to learn, that is the Treaty of Versailles. The most important question can be asked in exam is the Treaty of Versailles. Students, please concentrate, learn properly and observe this video again and again. I think so you will remember the incidents of the Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles signed in the month of June 1990, more than 100 years ago. We are now in July 2020. At the end of the First World War, the unconditional surrender of Germany in front of Allied nation brought to end of the war. We learned in a previous paragraph that Germany surrendered to Allied nation. Okay, the same thing mentioned over here, that Germany surrendered Allied nation, and that brought to an end. Then the Allied nations undertook the peace process in Paris. So all the Allied nations, we learn somewhere that there were 24 Allied nations and some nations joined afterwards. So all these Allied nations undertook the peace process in Paris, in which 58 commissions, 58 groups were formed and 145 sessions, meetings were organized. So imagine, in Paris, they start the concept called peace process. Now nobody will fight. And for that 58 groups and 145 sessions, meetings were organized. The agreement made with Germany during the Paris peace process was made in the Mirror Palace at Versailles. And thus it comes to known as Versailles Treaty. So here Germany signed on the agreement as a part of Paris peace process, which is also known as Triple P, Paris peace process, and this agreement signed in the palace, Mirror Palace, at the location Versailles of Paris, and thus it come to known as Versailles Treaty. So I would like to show you. This is Mirror Palace outside, okay, where the Treaty of Versailles start and sign, sorry, and this is Mirror Palace inside. I hope you can able to see the photographs of the Mirror Palace of Versailles. Here Germany signed the treaty. Now for us important thing is in the treaty how Germany faced loss. That is the most important point to be noted down. Okay, so now we start from textbook. Now there were 4 provisions in the Treaty of Versailles. There are 4 sections of the treaty. The first provision, first section is regional arrangement, means some area of Germany required to be given to the allied nation, or some area required to be become unconditional, so some geographical arrangement. Second, reduction in troops and disarmament. Soldiers, number of soldiers required to be reduced, and manufacturing of weapons required to be reduced. The arrangement of distribution of gains at the end of the war and war fine. Whatever Germany pay fine, how to distribute that fine, and whatever we earn through war at the end of the war, that also required to be discussed. So in that context, at the end of the war, whatever happened to the war fine, that required to be discussed. And fourth, other provisions. We repeat fast track. The Treaty of Versailles go for 4 provisions. Can be asked in exam how many provisions? 4 provisions in Versailles. First point, regional arrangement, geographical arrangement. Second, reduction in troops, reduce soldiers, stop production of weapons. Third, the arrangement of distribution of gains at the end of the war, whoever gain what, and how to distribute the war fine which they collect at the end of the war from Germany, and other provisions. Now pay attention and count how many laws Germany paying in the Treaty of Versailles. First, the American President Woodrow Wilson, British Prime Minister Lord George, French President Clemenceau, and Italian President Orlando played an important role in this treaty. Okay, now see, I want to show you. These are the photographs. Here we have Mr. Woodrow Wilson of America. You can see. Then British Prime Minister Lord George. Okay, actual name is David Lloyd George. Okay, clear? So British Prime Minister. This is American President Woodrow Wilson, British Prime Minister Lord George, French President Clemenceau, and Italian President Orlando. These 4 play important role in the Treaty of Versailles. In the homework PDF, if you scroll the page, you will get these details. So these 4 leaders play important role in the treaty. Germany was found responsible for the war. They decided that because of Germany the war situation arise. So they find out that Germany is responsible for the war. A war fine of 6.5 billion pound was imposed on Germany. Imagine, 6.5 billion pound imposed on Germany. Germany needs to pay this penalty, fine. It had to give away the Ruhr region to France. So Germany has one region. The name of the region is Ruhr. Okay. This Ruhr region, Germany needs to give to France. So Germany, first loss, they have to pay. Second loss, Ruhr region to France. Its Rhine River had been opened, the third loss. They have to open the Rhine River for international sea route, third loss. The Rhineland region, which was on the French border, was disallowed from being fortress, as well as this mineral rich region was given away to France for 15 years. Given away to France for 15 years. Now understand this. This is that first of all they have to open the Rhine River for international sea route, and the Rhineland region on French border was disallowed from being a fortress, as well as this mineral rich. So disallowed from being fortress means what? Can't cover up with a fortress. Cannot cover up with fortress. Surrounding part cover up cannot be possible of being fortress. As well as this mineral rich region, which is full of mineral, this area, this Rhineland area, was given away to France for 15 years, so that France can use this mineral rich area and collect the all minerals. Most of the German organization were confiscated, controlled. Alsace and Lorraine were to be returned to France. If you understand, in the beginning of the lecture I say in the Sedan War, this place is France lost. Now France get back that area, Alsace and Lorraine. So this area returned to France. Beside this, Germany was to give to France and other allied nations a large quantity of coal and iron. See, one more loss. Imagine how many loss. Germany was to give to France and other allied nations a large quantity of coal and iron annually as the benefit of war. Germany was made to sign these terms and conditions on the gunpoint and forcibly, means whether they like or not like, by force they have to sign, because of which there was bitterness. Bitterness means what? Disappointment and depression, hopelessness among the Germans. German people don't like. Consequently, the German economy failed miserably. Economically, they become poor. A very fast track we revise. What loss Germany faced at the end of the war? They have to pay war fine, 6.5 billion pound. They have to give away the Ruhr region to France. The Rhine River, they need to open for international sea route. The Rhineland region on the French border was disallowed for being fortress. So can't go for fortress. And mineral rich region was given away to France for 15 years. So France can use the area to collect the mineral for 15 years. And the previous area which was lost by France, that they get back Alsace and Lorraine to France. And Germany also required to give a large quantity of coal and iron annually as a benefit of war to the allied nation. Now here question arises for the students. Please write in the comment of this video. Do you think so Germany face injustice at the end of the war? Or do you think so that yes, this is the right punishment for Germany? They start the war, so it is justice with Germany. If you say yes, it is justice with Germany and Germany need to pay all this, then clarify why. And if you say no, it is too much, then clarify why. I am waiting for your answer. Your answers are very valuable for me. So I request students to just write the answer in comments. the fourth point, the long-term effects. Now, there was a feeling of revenge in signing the treaty. Germany feels so bad. So they realized that today I am at loss, no problem. In future, I will show you what I can do. So Germany signed the treaty with a revenge, with the nation that were defeated in the war. Okay. So those who defeated the First World War, T-bag nations. I already clarified T-bag in my previous video. Okay. So all T-bag nations, okay, Turkey and other nations with Axis nation group, they also realized that no, we will definitely take the revenge. Peace could not be established with the treaty. The purpose of the treaty was to go for peace, but peace not established because the thinking of taking revenge is still available. Socialist Russia was not given a place in the League of Nations. They prepare League of Nations. League of Nations means what? Those who participate in the peace process. Okay. In that League of Nations, Russia is not available. America also not joined this League of Nations because they believe that why to participate? America wants to take revenge that America took. Russia not participate because they have a Russian Revolution. So America and Russia, they are not part of this peace process. And that's why it can be said that the reason of the Second World War was in the peace process of the First World War. The Versailles, Treaty of Versailles peace process is responsible for Second World War. The sentence is important, can be asked in exam for 3 marks. How can we say that peace process is the root of Second World War? Or how can we say that the reason for the Second World War is the peace process of the First World War? Then you can write the answer that the Treaty of Versailles, Germany faced losses. Germany wants to take revenge. Russia not participate. America not participate in peace process. So these are the reasons, and especially the feeling of revenge. All these can be the reason of the Second World War in the peace process of the First World War. So students, here we end our lecture, and before I conclude the lecture, today's question which you have to write in the comment section, I request all the students to participate. The question is, do you think so that whatever Germany needs to pay at the end of the war is reasonable? If yes, why? If no, why? Okay, I will be waiting for your answer in the comment section. Till then, keep reading, keep preparing. At the end of this chapter, we will go for a short test. How? Everything will be announced shortly. So start preparation of chapter 1 and chapter 2. Till then, please take care of yourself. And tomorrow is a Guru Purnima. So I wish all of you happy Guru Purnima. Thank you.